Hi there, it's Mary Charlson here from 5minutemarketing.com. This week we're taking a look at just kind of a response, business response, dealing with kind of the whole COVID-19 challenge that we're facing globally as a population, and personally, but as well as professionally and for our businesses. And so last week, in my e-newsletter, I mused about some inappropriately, probably scheduled content that had gone out that I'm now calling it's the equivalent of trying to sell when we're at the funeral. We're going through a collective grief together. Initially, kind of denial, anger, sadness, and then finally getting to the point of acceptance. But there's content that is continuing to hard sell, which is just out of context. And so I gave a critique on that around some cruise ship brochures that landed the same day that a bunch of people went into quarantine. Somebody's trying to sell luggage before March break, picturing a couple at the airport, and meanwhile all flights had been canceled. And there were a number of really bad examples. So. And I've got noodles more that I'll be sharing in the post that accompanies this video. But what I want to do also is to take a look and sit back here and say, let's face it, this is a challenge for a lot of businesses. People are scared, and for good reason. They've seen overnight, they're oftentimes they've become irrelevant. What it is that they're selling or offering is either prohibited, from a public gathering kind of space like restaurants and nightclubs to, what they're selling is it's almost shallow. It's not needed or relevant in this time and place. And so what I want to do is take a look at ways that businesses could perhaps tilt their current offering or at least their capabilities into a direction which would be meaningful to potential customers these days. And so we'll take a look in this post at things around problem solving. What are we facing right now? We've got kids coming home from college, sometimes moving out of residence when we weren't really counting on them showing up. So they need storage, they need transportation. There's all of those things. Somebody can come in and get a solution around that. I think I heard something about U-Haul was doing something with storage in the States. But things around remote work, the challenges. There's a whole bunch of people that are trying to work remotely who are really not that comfortable with it, probably. Some of them will love it, some will hate it. Many are faced with the extra complication of having young children at home, preschool, elementary school age kids, in some cases indefinitely. And that's a challenge for mixing that home and that work environment. Isolation, loneliness, just basic food needs, and necessities, prescriptions, things like that at home. Lack of physical activity. We can get out, we can walk around, or in non-crowds, but like fitness, our ski hills have shut down. Some of the fitness centers are either not open, or they're probably going to be facing some major hurdles to remain open. And so we're going to be looking at, all of those sound very negative, but there are ways to reframe things and opportunities in that. And so that's what the accompanying post takes a look at. And I'd like to think that it would provide perhaps some inspiration for some folks that may see that they actually have a capability that could be, at least in the short term, utilized until we sort of get through this, at least for probably the next couple of months, and then emerge and see what our new reality looks like. And let's hope that we can learn something from it and move on from there and reignite our businesses. So that's what the post is looking at. I'm looking at it from a very positive perspective. I'm hoping to kind of keep things positive with it and inspirational. And hope you take a look and send me a note or an email and let me know your thoughts. Mary@charlson.ca or Mary@5minutemarketing, FIVE, minutemarketing.com. We'll see you hopefully next week.